What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. This could be a short one. So today I got the deer I call Moose back from the taxidermist. Big buck. I don't think we've ever showed this on the channel, but I figured I'd come out and I'd tell y'all the story on how I killed the moose. And if Christian could, maybe pop the picture of the moose in like 5 seconds. Oh yeah, it'd be great. But he was a stud. An absolute epic buck to kill. And I'm only 13. I killed him back when I was 12. Back in November. So let's get straight into the story. Oh yeah, and don't forget to like and subscribe. But we'll talk about that later, and we should have some videos coming out hopefully this week. If not this week, this weekend. If not this weekend, next week. It's been tight. This weekend, I do go to an antler stock. For this deer. It's really nice. Since I won first place. I'm not going to say what I won first place at because we give a location. And we don't want to give location just yet. We're still young. But we get to go to that. Or I get to go to that. And celebrate my buck this weekend. So probably not this weekend, but hopefully we can try to squeeze in this week. But if not, that's okay. I'm going to come out here and try to make some vids for y'all. This is going to be a short one though, as I said before. So let's crack right into it. It was Easter, actually. And I'm sitting having fun with my family. And I have a field right behind my house. And I walk out to the my sunroom, where you get a perfect view of the whole field. It's a big field, has a straight road in the middle of it going up through the mountains. And this is a great spot where I've killed a lot of deer at. In my first bear with the bow. So, I walk out there and I'm looking. And here comes a buck. A little buck, nice standard 8-pointer, something light. Nothing heavy. Here comes another buck. Oh, a 6-pointer. Actually, I can't remember what they were. I'm just guessing at this point. Another little buck, a little spike. I know that one was a spike because it's the only spike in the whole group. And then he walks out. The moose. Biggest non-typical of my whole life. I get to looking, and I go grab my brother. And then the whole family's in the sunroom watching this buck. And he's just walking, eating, and having fun through the field. And that's when I knew that this deer season was going to be the most epic deer season. Now, when I hunt with my dad and my brother. And it's like, we kill one deer, everybody kills a deer. It's like kind of like a pack hunt. So, I knew with one of us kills this deer, it's going to be epic. Because he's going on the wall. It's going to be a great deer. So, and then, by the way, this is not moose. This is an 8-pointer I killed back when I was like 10. I mean, a 9-pointer. You know, yeah. But that's besides the point. Just in case people are asking, that's not the moose. Right here is not the moose. And, the reason why I call him the moose is y'all figured that out in that picture. Because y'all could tell formations and stuff. But we're coming up, and I knew it was going to be a great deer season. So we start putting out trail cameras everywhere we can. And I go to the beat a little bit. We're getting pictures of the moose consistently. Hopefully we can put a picture right here up for y'all. Then we're getting pictures, and people around, like, within, like, a few miles of where I live, like, everywhere. And by the way, I live in the country. There's not a few people. There's only, like, a few people around me. They start figuring out about this buck. Figuring out. Well, there's a bad thing about where I live. It's a little back road, and it's my driveway, and then there's a bunch of driveways on this back road. Well, there's a bunch of people that don't live near me that come and they spotlight. Now, I don't spotlight. I hate spotlighting. It's like the worst thing you could possibly do to deer hunting. I mean, I think it's even worse than shooting a deer out of season. Like, it is terrible. The deer have no chance of living. You just go up, have a light, shoot. That's all you do. It's the worst thing you could ever do to a deer. And to the people that hunt them, I put all my time and dedication to hunt. So does Christian, so does my family, so does Christian's family. I mean, I'll sit out in the woods for hours and hours on end. But spotlighters, people that would just shoot the deer and out of season stuff, so we knew we had to get this deer. We had to keep him around and make sure he was on point. It started coming around. The whole bow season, we had 2 pictures of him. 2 pictures. And that was in the beginning. The rest of bow season and some of muzzleloader season, nothing. Nothing at all. Like, he just shut up. Pre-rut, nothing. The rut, nothing. About mid-rut, muzzleloader season. And by then, I had already killed a 9-pointer that hopefully we can put up right here. And I had also killed a 7-pointer. Let's put up right here. Maybe not. I look bad in that picture. We're not going to show that picture, actually. Don't show that picture. But besides that, I'd killed 2 bucks before that. A great season. I was going on a great season. I made a plan for me. I was trying to kill a deer in every season. I later killed a doe back in the rifle season with Christian on his land. We ain't gonna talk about that. So, coming up. And right before that, I had hunted and I hunted at a new spot. And I had about 19, no, probably not 19, anywhere from 16 to 19 inches, 8-pointer walk in front of me. Now, it would have been my last tag. And I decided, with all these big bucks I know that are bigger than him, I decided to pass. I let him walk in front of me, let him walk up the mountain, and he was done. Never saw that buck again. Come to 3 days later, we were going to go to school, and our car broke down. And I asked my parents if we could just skip school that day and go hunting. Best decision of our whole life. I got dropped off in a tree stand that we now call the moose stand. My brother and his buddy went out, car broke down. And I asked my parents if we could just skip school that day and go hunting. Best decision of our whole life. I got dropped off in a tree stand that we now call the moose stand. My brother and his buddy went out across the mountain and they went hunting. So I walked down to my tree stand. It's probably like a 50 to 75 yard walk down from the road. I'm walking down this mountain. I get up in the tree stand. I set down my gun, taking off my backpack with all my snacks and stuff in it, rattling it or stuff like that. I'm setting down my bag and I'm getting ready to sit down, and 2 does come through, running. I'm like, all right, here we go. I bet you be a great morning. And then I see an 8-pointer come right behind him. And I'm like, well, that's weird. He didn't look like an 8-pointer. He's coming a little closer. And I can start to see stuff. Drop tines, kickers, palmations, big buck. He's coming. And he gets to the top of this hill. He's a small body deer. I mean, these 2 little does, these big does, are twice his size. He's a little deer. He gets up to the top of the hill. I'm going bat, 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 mat, mat. Anything I could think of to get him to stop. He would not stop. Finally, I yelled at the top of my lungs, stop. He looked up at me in the tree stand, and I flipped off the safety. And on my muzzleloader, it's flick, and then you have to twist. It's called a double safety. I bet a few people know about that. You twist it until you show red, and then you can flick it till it shows red, and then you're good to go. Well, all I did was I flicked it, didn't twist. I wasn't that much of a hurry. He was 15 yards from me on a hill broadside. I picked up my gun, tried to pull the trigger, it wouldn't pull. I looked down, and I see I had to twist it. He's sitting there looking at me. I'm twisting. He's looking back up at me. I throw the gun up, put it right behind his front shoulder. Bam. Like that. Hit him right behind the front shoulder. He runs 20 yards. Popples over and rolls down the mountain. Now, with all the smoke, I couldn't see that. Only part I saw was him rolling. And I thought he was running down the mountain. So I called my brother. And my brother's buddy said, was that a shot? Did your brother just shoot? And my brother said, give him a minute. And at that point, it got daylight at 6:50. Something like that. No. I can't remember when it gets daylight. But it was like right at shooting light. Like as soon as shooting light came out, he came running. He came up. I called my brother. I said, I got him. He came coming up, drove up there, stopped, walked down, and we drove one of my dad's old trucks. So that's not, yeah. So he'd go hunting. Kind of like a hunting truck. And he drove up. He said, where's he at? I told him, down the mountain. They look, and I saw them booking it down the mountain, trying to get to this deer to make sure he's dead. And I'm sitting in a tree stand. And I'm sure a lot of hunters know when you shoot a big buck, you're sitting there shaking like a leaf on a tree. I mean, you are over here with the most amount of buck fever you could ever think. I mean, I'm sitting there, I had so much buck fever and I couldn't think straight that I didn't even reload my muzzleloader. And I'm just sitting there watching them run down, and I hear, you got him, he's a monster. And every bit of joy popped out in me. I was hopping around my tree stand, and I was shaking so bad I almost fell at the tree stand. Probably, he was 50 yards right above the road, and I'd say he rolled. So he rolled probably 120 yards. Well, he was down 120 yards, and that little hill was probably like that. So me, my brother, and my brother's buddy, we'd all come together. As soon as we got about 50-yard mark up the hill, I had to go grab all the stuff and then bring it up. That was mine. To the truck. And what we'd do before I had to do that is I'd grab the back legs, they'd grab his horns, and we'd lift up and push. It was the easiest thing because you could not drag him. You dragged, you let go of that deer, he was gone. And with all that kicking stuff off of him, you didn't want to break that off. And we were really surprised he didn't break it off on the fall. Or he didn't break it off before. So, when we got him to the top of the hill, I grabbed all my stuff, and I had to take a breather. Because, you know, I'm a big boy. I had to take a breather because I just killed the biggest buck of my life. And I had just dragged a probably 150-pound deer up a mountain. And then had to walk back down and then walk all the way back up. It was a spur of a moment, and it was really bad. But we made it work. So, I called my dad. He was happy. Posted on social media. And that was it. That was it of the moose. The moose was killed. The best hunt of my whole life was finally over. And fast forward today, when I actually got to get the moose from the taxidermist. And I don't know if anybody knows what this is. You can look it up, or I can just take a picture of it and send it so Christian can put it in the video. He is a razorback. And if anybody doesn't know what a razorback is, you can look it up, or I can tell you the definition right now. If you look on the back of their neck, probably about that far behind their ears, but in the middle, it looks like a baby mohawk. This deer right here has it. I'm not going to show you because it's really hard to get. He is a little one. But the moose, which is downstairs in my living room, has nice horns, and then he has a nice razorback right down the middle. Perfect. So that would be the second deer I've killed with a razorback. And our taxidermist said that he only gets about 2 to 3 a year. And he used to say he used to just try to comb them down so you couldn't see them, but they looked trash. So what he started doing was just combing them up to where they'd be natural. And oh my gosh, does it make a world of difference. These deer look epic. Thank you for the taxidermist for making it look epic. He's done a lot of deer for me and my family, and he just does a great job. There's nothing about it. But thank you for listening to the story, guys. And I told y'all it was going to be a short video, but it turned into 16 minutes. Did not think telling a moose story would be 16 minutes, but I did. Thanks for listening, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned to any other cool videos that's coming out, and be ready for hunting season. It's 2 months away. 2 months away, and me and Christian are in the woods and after big bucks again. Now, I'm only saying I might not even kill a big buck this year. I'm never going to kill a buck like I did. There's no way. There's no way. If I do, I'm the luckiest man on earth. Because you kill a buck like that, and all these people are saying, oh, you get bad luck, you're never going to kill a buck again or a deer again. That's fake. Alright, you will kill a deer again. Maybe not like that one, but you will kill a deer again. Well, thank you for listening to this little short story of the moose. And I hope all the hunters out there have best of luck for this year. Hopefully y'all can get some monsters. And hopefully we can make some nice videos.
Yeah.